welcome to another Monkeys Motors test ride video. Today we are on the Ducati 959 Panigale. So obviously questionable exhausts, but apart from that it is a gorgeous bike. This demo bike is a bit dirty, but you have to admit it is a beast. So we're looking at 157 peak horsepower at I think 10,500 RPM and 79 foot-pounds of torque at 9,000 RPM. For detailed specifications, please use the link in the description. So I've had the bike about 20 minutes and it is a bit of a beast. So first off, let's just show her starting up. Exciting. She's been a bit hard to start cold, but hopefully this will... You see what I mean? I had to turn over a few times before it barked into life. But it does sound amazing, even with these stock exhausts. Little backfires and pops, but you'll hear more of that when we're out on the road. So initial thoughts after 20 minutes. The seat height is 810, but I can get my feet down nice and easy. My inside leg and height, that will be on screen now and down below in the description. And the only thing, what's come out to me straight away is how narrow the tank feels in between your legs. It's almost like your knees are touching, but I do feel this on my leg when I put my foot down when I come to a stop. You do feel this kind of guard on the shock absorber, but it doesn't stick out any more than I feel the speed triple sticks out on both sides, so it's not really a problem. But anyway, it's got on the road. So the first thing I noticed when jumping on the bike, which was quite nice, is it comes with a quick shifter, which is really handy. It gives you one less thing to think about, because this is quite a change to my normal Honda Hornet. Obviously quite a different riding position, engine and all sorts, so having that quick shifter there just gives me one less thing to have to worry about. So at 70 miles an hour, going along a dual carriageway, I have to say that the bike it's very pleasant. It's not too vibration, there's no vibration in the handlebars, the slightest vibration in the foot peg. Other than that, it's nice and comfy. In top gear, the initial haul is nothing really. We're only at 4,000 RPM. Obviously, this being a sports bike, it likes to be at high revs. But I have to say, the noise the engine makes when you open that throttle, even at low speed, oh, it just sounds lovely. So the back brake is got a nice feel to it, much better than the Monster 1200. Yeah, I've got a lot of confidence in it, using it to aid with low speed maneuvering. Right, with any luck, I'll be able to open it up in second off this roundabout and see what happens. Yep, we had luck. So when you open it up in second, it goes quite quick forwards. Plenty of power there, have to be said. And luckily, the Brembo brakes are pretty good as well. Quite good at bringing you back down to legal speeds. So I'm just going to take the 959 across the town now to see how it handles town traffic. Obviously this is not what this bike is made for in any way, shape or form, but you know, I commute on my bike every day, so if I was to end up on one of these, I'm going to need to be able to get across town to go to work every day. So see how we get on. Well, the quick shifter makes it fun to pull away from stationary. So one major downside about this bike for me, and it was exactly the same as the Monster 1200 I tried, is I do not like the switch gear. It's that little knob that only moves a little bit, doesn't really have any sort of click, and then to cancel it there's just a little soft button on the end of the switch gear, which gives no tactile feedback on whether or not you've cancelled your indicator. And then if you fiddle about with it too much, like I do, I always cancel my indicator when I'm going past petrol stations, just in case I've got it on, you know? And then you end up starting to change which mode you're in. So I have to say, I hate that switch gear. So a surprising positive that you wouldn't expect to have on such a lovely sports bike is the heated seat. Obviously that is a joke, but you know, around town this engine is getting hot. I'm looking at 103 degrees centigrade between my legs, and that heat is coming up, and luckily on this quite cloudy, overcast, chilly day, it's keeping my testicles nice and warm. But on a hot summer's day you might not want to be riding this slowly, obviously. So the suspension's obviously firm, but it's not ball-breakingly firm. I've been over the odd, you know, manhole cover. Look, let's do this manhole cover here. And yeah, it didn't hurt. So it's not too bad on the comfort front. that's another thing to note. The kickstand's quite easy to find. It sits just up here behind the pegs. When you look down, you can't see it at all. It worried me at first. But you kind of just bring your foot off, slide it under forward and flick it down. It's nice and easy to find. I'm liking that. So having rid it around town for a bit, I have to say it's not impossible. You know, the low speed handling's nice. It's not too hard to filter. But obviously overall it's not what it's meant to do. And you're going to have more, you know, if your day-to-day riding involves lots of town riding, don't get this bike. But if you're going out for a play, fuck me, it's good fun. See, the low speed handling is fine. It makes it really easy to go slow, which is nice. Okay, so there we have it, ladies and gents. Another Munkeh Motors test ride video. So, the 959 Panigale, what do I think? Well, it's a seriously good plaything. It is so much power. The brakes are amazing, front and back. So much bite, they get you stopped quick. And yeah, the back brakes just got the right amount of feel, so you can use it when you're filtering. It's not too spongy like the Monster 1200 was. The foot pegs, I found them nice and comfortable. The only issue I occasionally had, and I have this on a few sports bikes, is the top part of my boot. Obviously my boot's on the outside of the leathers. I get that caught on stuff every now and then, which is always a bit of a panic when you're going to put a foot down at a traffic light. But apart from that, it's a lovely riding position for hard and fast riding. Your knees are nice and close together. Like I said, they feel like they're almost touching along with your feet. It's such a slim, narrow bike. And it's something magical through corners. It's just unbelievable. Once you've tipped it into a corner, it just stays there. Like, I reckon you could tip this into a corner on a roundabout, jump off the bike, and it will just go round and round that roundabout forever. Obviously if it had cruise control. It's just magic. It just stays leant over. It's so stable through corners. I've never ridden anything like it. My major downside with the bike, of course, is that switch gear here. This thing, it's the bane of my life. It's got a slight click to it, and you slightly feel when you... Well, the cancellation, that's the thing. There's no real feedback there. It's completely linear and smooth. There's no tactile click. And obviously with leather gloves on, it's hard to know whether or not you've cancelled your indicator. That is, you know, as a fault goes, that's quite a minor fault. That is the worst thing about the bike. Everything else is fucking amazing. Would I own one? If someone was kind enough to buy me one, I'd keep it, but I would not purchase one as I am a commuter. And yeah, this bike isn't made for commuting really. Obviously you can do it, there's people out there that do it all day, every day, they're fine, but me personally, I'd rather stick to some sort of naked bike with a more upright riding position to get me to and from work. But, you know, if I could have the keys to one of these at the weekend, my God, I'd be a happy man. So, thank you for watching this Munkeh Motors test ride video. If you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for future content. Down below you'll find a link to my playlist of all my test rides, if you want to see more test rides done from a normal road rider's perspective. You know, no tracks. I just poodle about, tell you what I think. Cheers, see you next time. Show you the dash. So turn her on, wait for it to warm up. And unlike other Suzukis and any other bike I've ever ridden, all you do now is gently flick this starter and it comes to life. That is just magic. I love that so much. Just that small, simple thing, not having to hold in the button, you just